recorded.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Armijo? Present. Coker? Moderano?
Here.
Norris?
Here.
Spain?
Here.
Leone?
Here. Public comments? No public comments? Approval of the minutes of January 11th, 2022 meeting. Also moved. Got a second?
Did they get corrected?
Were there corrections needed?
There was a correction to me. The minutes said that it was a unanimous vote. It was not a unanimous vote.
Okay.
I opposed.
I don't have a copy of the minutes in front of me. Do you have that?
Okay.
I don't, but it's on the Google Drive.
So staff will do that correction?
Well, yeah, we'll correct it.
Are you fine with that, Mr. Norris? Staff will do the correction?
I'd like to find out why that meeting was closed.
No, we're not talking. We're talking about,
Okay.
that was a,
Yeah. But
are you talking about our regular meeting or you're talking about our work session?
our work session,
We're on a regular meeting now.
okay?
That's what we're talking about.
So wasn't
Minutes
that-
of the regular meeting. Our last regular meeting,
Yeah, the January 11th
the
meeting.
January 11th meeting.
Okay.
We're not talking
The
about that.
special
Do
meeting.
you have a correction in there?
I don't have on those.
Okay, so as read? I still move. Second?
I'll make a second.
Roll call?
Armijo?
Yes.
Moderano?
Yes.
Norris?
Abstain.
Spain?
Yes, sir.
Leone?
Yes. Okay, at this time here, I'm gonna excuse myself, and I'm gonna turn this meeting over to Chris Spain, because I have a conflict of interest with this rezone in the industrial neighborhood services. So I will turn the meeting over to him. Mr. Coker is vice chair, he ain't able to be here tonight, his father was in an accident, so I'm turning the meeting over from now on. I will just listen, I will not have any kind of voting privileges at this meeting.
Okay.
Go ahead, Chris.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lamb. Okay, y'all have to accommodate me a little. This is my first time. I'll do my best. Now we're gonna talk about the plumbing public hearing. And we're
Staff first?
Yeah.
Staff first.
Staff comments, please.
I'll introduce the case for you guys. Chairman Pro Tempore, perhaps, and councilors, thank you for being here tonight. This application is for a rezone. It is at 528 Heinlein Street, right at the edge of the city limits in the Heinlein subdivision. The applicant, Twin Peaks Plumbing and Hydronics LLC, is applying to rezone the property from industrial to neighborhood services. The intent of the rezoning is to allow the applicant to build a single-family house, is to build a barn dominium style house. And he's choosing neighborhood services in order to give his business the opportunity to expand in the future. There's no immediate plans for that, but he felt that neighborhood services was an appropriate designation that would just allow that possibility should his business take that course in the future. There's currently a storage shed on the site, so there is a structure there, and it's being used for storage for the business. The location, the proposed location for the house would be behind that structure. The zoning right there on the parcel, it's kind of it's two joined parcels from the original Heinlein subdivision. There was originally a street going through them that was vacated, so now they're joined. And part of the parcel is in the open zone. That portion of the parcel is in the floodplain, and I believe that was where the open zone line was determined. That was along the FEMA floodplain zone line. And this application is not in reference to that portion of the lot. It's only in reference to the portion of the lot that's zoned industrial. So the open property will remain open. The industrial portion will change to neighborhood services. The nearby uses include the immediate next door neighbor is a marijuana growing facility that's zoned industrial. There is adjacent industrial properties all around the property, as you can see in the map in your packet. Most of those are vacant. So most of those have not yet been developed. When this section of town was originally zoned, it was all zoned industrial, and over time, portions of it have been rezoned to medium density and low density residential. As you can see, the yellow shaded areas there, not far away. So the neighborhood seems to be developing in the direction of a more residential type of neighborhood rather than in the direction of an industrial type of neighborhood. And so this rezoning this request for rezoning seems to be in character with patterns that we see going on in that area. The property is served by city water and sewer, and currently the applicant uses propane for heat. Gas does come to within a short distance to within one parcel of this property. At this time, the applicant doesn't intend to hook up to city gas, but that would be an option in the future without too much digging. So the commission here shall hear and decide to grant, deny application for rezone on the provisions in the rezoning ordinance. And I want to just go through each of those conditions which you should consider as you look at this case. The criteria for rezoning are in 14-46, section B2 in the code. Rezoning shall only be approved if the applicant demonstrates by preponderance of evidence that the rezoning is necessary for one or more of the following reasons. A, there was an error in establishing current zoning. B, the area for which rezoning is requested has changed or is changing to such a degree that it is in the public interest to encourage redevelopment in the area or a new approach to development. Or C, the proposed rezoning is necessary in order to provide land for a community-related use which was not contemplated at the time of development of the comprehensive plan. 1446, section B3. In addition, no rezoning shall be approved unless the applicant demonstrates that by preponderance of evidence that each of the following criteria are met. A, that the change in zoning will advance a more effective use of land in harmony with the city's comprehensive plan. B, the intensity of development in the new zoning district is not expected to create significantly adverse effects to surrounding properties or the neighborhood. And C, public facilities and services are available to adequately serve the subject property while maintaining an adequate level of service to existing development. So staff conclusions, looking at these conditions. So in the first section, only one of them has to be met. In the second section, all of them should be met. So application meets criteria 1446 B2 number B. The area for which rezoning requested has changed or is changing to such a degree that it is in the public interest to encourage redevelopment of the area or a new approach to development. The Highland addition has been gradually rezoned to include multiple residential properties that were formerly zoned industrial. While there is some nearby industrial activity, namely a marijuana growing facility, much of the nearby land zoned industrial has not been developed, and the character of the neighborhood is increasingly defined by residential development. 2, the application meets criteria 1446 B3A. that the change in zoning will advance a more effective use of land in harmony with the city's comprehensive plan. The applicant proposes to develop the site by building a single-family home and the potential for a future expansion of business operations. And 3, application meets criteria 1446B3B. The intensity of development and the new zoning district is not expected to create significantly adverse impacts to surrounding properties or the neighborhood. The addition of a single-family home and potential future expansion of a home-based business will not have an adverse impact on the surrounding properties or the neighborhood. This is a lower intensity of development than what is permitted on surrounding parcels. Generally, industrial development would be considered a higher intensity of development than what neighborhood services allows. And so we're actually reducing the potential impact of this parcel. But industrial does not allow for single-family homes. It does not allow for residences. So that's the reason that this is critical for this particular use of the property. Application meets criteria 1446B3C, that public facilities and services are available to adequately serve the subject property while maintaining an adequate level of service to existing development. Utilities to be used in the next phase of development are already in place and have adequate capacity. Should the applicant wish to connect to the municipal gas supply in the future, existing infrastructure extends to within about 125 feet of the property in Hyman Street and could be extended. And that is the conclusion of my staff report. I stand for questions, and the applicant is also here. Should you have questions for them directly?
Thank you. What's that? We're gonna open the hearing. I drove by there. It's a very nice neighborhood. I agree with everything that you said. I personally think that neighborhood is moving towards this, and I like how you are going with the neighborhood use, which will allow the kind of corner store business to exist as well, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So, this is a great idea. I worry about the floodplain. There's maybe a lot of field that'll be needed to help y'all. And I'm very interested to see what the
Barn Dominion.
that sounds amazing.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Yeah, I believe they probably would be. So, I don't have any other questions for them. Do y'all have anything?
Here, just ask him to come forward.
Would you come forward and
Yes, sir.
tell us what you got going on?
Yeah, so my wife and I, we've been working hard in our place down there. Obviously, it's been in my family since the 70s, and we just fell in love with the place.
Right.
And we have our shop there, and we just figure if we have a son, he can play down there. It'd just be a perfect atmosphere for us, Keep an eye on our shop there, and when we've done so many improvements to the property, we ran new water and sewer in there, and so everything's all set up for what we need. So that's
Really
where we're at.
appreciate your work.
Yeah, thank you.
15 questions.
Yeah, I have a question. So you have to bring for the floodplain, you have to bring it, how much fill do you need?
So,
I mean, what's
We've
what's
already
that
had
gonna
it
look
surveyed, so
like? Okay,
basically what we'll do is do a footer, and we'll have to bring it up 2 feet,
okay.
That's not bad.
and then we'll fill it in with dirt and then do a slab on grade. So it'll be 100% waterproof and code compliant too.
That's not bad at all.
Yep, so no crawl space, nothing. So I mean, even if there was a flood, it would not affect the building one ounce, so.
The only thing that I would say about that is freezing pipes.
Well, I'm
No
gonna
crawl
have,
space.
I know, I'm not gonna have a crawl space, so I don't have to worry about that. Plus, I'm gonna
He's a
do-
plumber.
I'm a master plumber, so
Excellent.
I'm actually gonna do radiant in-floor heating in that
There
place.
you go.
So
That's how to fix it.
yeah, so we'll have a boiler running in there. It'll be awesome. So
Closed system or open system?
I'm sorry?
A closed loop?
Closed loop system, yep. So yeah, we'll do a high efficiency boiler and have a nice radiant floor, so it'll be really nice. All concrete, you know?
Will you be able to get homeowners insurance?
Yep, we already got that done, so.
So as long as you come up to that grade, then
Yep.
okay.
So Terry Surveying will set a pin there, and then after we build, they just shoot a grade, make sure it matches. I mean, it's kind of pricey, it's gonna be like $2,500 a year, but, I mean, you get what you pay for. If you wanna live somewhere nice, obviously, we're gonna have to go that route, you know, so.
Anybody?
I'm good. Anybody else? Anybody object to any of this? Okay, yeah.
You can sit
Go
down.
ahead and say it, please. Thank you.
Well, you sent certified letters, you sent certified letters to your neighbors, right?
Yes,
Were there
yes.
responses? I didn't see were there responses or?
Generally, a response would take the form of somebody either showing up or maybe sending a comment.
Okay, so you send certified mail and then okay, gotcha.
Okay, so here's the point where we would find out if anybody objects to this or has any public comments on this.
Right, so the hearing is open. I think we're the only ones in the room, so.
Yeah, I believe we're We're gonna go ahead and close the hearing now.
And so now you guys can discuss amongst yourselves before you call a vote.
Sounds like a great plan.
If it's been in the family forever, how come he bought stuff from Leone?
You should answer it. You should ask him that before.
Okay,
So the reason I did, so we could have a bigger playground in the back.
okay, so you bought some of the open land, so you had the
Yeah.
part, okay.
Yep.
That wasn't,
And
Makes
he's,
sense.
it didn't make sense to me in the paper, so I thought I'd ask.
yeah, so now it's just one big chunk all the way down, so.
Okay.
It was split almost in the middle.
Yep.
Right, okay.
Anything?
I think it's good.
Okay, can I have a motion to?
I'll move that we go ahead and approve it.
With no conditions?
With no conditions, or do you wanna use these conditions
Conditions they have here.
as written?
Well, the conditions aren't specified, so there's not a recommended condition. So if you want a condition, then you have to kind of speak that out loud and just say what the condition is that you're having.
I'll go without
I
conditions.
can't imagine any
I think
conditions.
we've got
It
it
seems
covered.
like he's got everything lined up. Tony, do you have anything that?
I don't have anything.
My concern was the grade, it was coming up to getting out of the floodplain,
Right.
he can insure his house, he's protected, we're not letting him make a mistake, we're good.
And just so long as you understand that you are attempting this project in an industrial area, while we don't see industrial development coming, we can't say that it won't be here. And you can't expect us to slow the city down for what y'all got going on.
And you know, the good thing is I've talked to Mr. Fabic, his boys actually wanted to go my route too, so.
Well, you know, we would be open to seeing what the neighborhood turns into.
Yeah, and you know, we've done so much improvement. We've cleaned that river bottom up. It's nice. We've actually chased some people out that shouldn't be camping down there too. I mean, we've improved that place, and it's really nice now.
I believe that's true. I drove down there and checked it out. It's
Yeah.
a very nice area.
Yeah, and that I'll tell you what, getting that sewer and water main down there, there is water table down there because once I got down to the main to do my tap, groundwater was coming so fast I had to pump it out while I was doing the tap, and it was a process, but it's finished and it came out nice. So
That's great. I'm glad everything's working out.
yeah,
I have a motion. Can I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, roll call.
Bermejo,
Yes.
Materano,
Yes.
Norris,
Yes.
Spain,
Yes, sir.
Leone.
Abstain.
Motion passes.
Go build your house.
Yeah, congratulations, guys.
thank you
Thank
guys.
Hey,
very much.
As this thing's coming along, please let us know how the barn dominium
Yeah.
goes.
So basically, it'll look like our shop, but it'll be the same colors, look uniform, you know. And inside, you walk in, it'll be like a custom home, you know.
This conference is no longer being recorded.
I had an idea like that for my land outside of, because I have the need for a barn shop. I was gonna build a great big barn shop and then finish off the top half of it as an apartment house.
Yeah.
So that way I would have the bottom half to still
I'll
work.
tell you what, that's the new direction people are going with homes. then they're so maintenance free. You don't have to worry about paint or,
Yeah.
you know, like they're just so easy for a person to take care of. So
I agree, and the R factor that you can get with that lower insulation.
yeah, we're gonna do spray foam
Yep.
with radiant heating. It'll be airtight, just
Hey,
beautiful.
you guys can talk about all this stuff after. we have other business. I want to go home.
Sorry, guys. I'm gonna turn it back over to Mr. Leone now. I believe he knows how to do
Oh,
this better.
I guess the reports, I should continue the recording.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, thank you, Chris. And I think we'd all want to reach out to Mr. Coker and hope that his father is not very seriously hurt.
Yes.
Okay, moving on, Chairman's report. I have no report.
I don't have anything.
Commissioners' reports, anybody?
There's a great show, a Tiny Home Planet. If you guys ever
Yeah, watch
get the
that.
chance, there's some stuff on there that's just like amazing. It just blew me away. I think I don't know, it's just great things to look at. But anyway, that's all I got.
Is it like a series?
Yeah, it's like a series, and they customize some of these things. Like the one I watched, the guy was a DJ, so he had a sliding booth, and in 200 square foot, he had a DJ booth. You know, it's like,
Did
wow.
you see the one where they used I guess it was old drainage, great big concrete, like 8-foot tall cylinder.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, and they finished off both edges and made an apartment in the middle of this thing. It was pretty neat.
You have a report?
Yeah, I have one thing, and I got a gift for each of you guys, so I'm gonna go grab that out of my office and be right back.
Looks like winter's finally here.
I'm over it.
Well, today
It's
wasn't
over,
too bad.
Huh?
Today was nice outside.
I know.
We got the polar plunge coming up.
It's
cold in the morning.
I recently finished reading this book, and it was a bestseller. It was a pretty popular book, and so I thought it might be interesting for you guys, just in your roles as planning commissioners. So there's no assignment or anything attached to it. It's just an interesting book, and I think you guys may find it very fascinating.
I have copies.
So you do, okay.
Oh, he must have known.
Then we have extra copies.
Did you bring these up here?
What?
Did you bring these?
No,
I didn't. No,
I ordered these for you guys. If anybody might see Sam sooner than later, I could give a copy to you. Otherwise, I'll just wait till the next meeting.
Anything else?
No, that's all.
Nothing else?
We were recommended to watch the training that the city
Yes.
council did.
I did.
Okay.
And did you guys have a
2
chance to
hours
watch
of
that?
Yeah, that's could we get the notes or anything? I mean, because
Transcripts?
like the transcript or just his slideshow, because I was going through
I will try and get my hands on that, and I'll send it out to everyone.
that. Okay, cool. I just thought that.
And I think that would be something good to keep in the folder.
Yeah.
In the Google Drive folder.
I have the PowerPoint if you want.
Do you? That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, because I was.
Yeah, that would be a good PowerPoint to keep in the folder, I think.
Okay,
So
we'll
that
get it.
you guys could just access it whenever.
I think that the whole recording was put out in an email.
Mhm.
That's right, right?
Yeah. Oh, 2 hours of it.
I'll tell you what, you needed some coffee.
Some of that was pretty interesting, though.
Yeah, I know. It's how to keep. Well, you mailed it today with the recusal. I mean, that was like textbook, guys.
Yeah.
Impressive.
I'll move that.
Victor, anything? That's for you?
I'm good.
We got a.
I move that we adjourn.
No, second. I'll second.
Meeting adjourned.
Let's go.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time,
So
guys.